Hello everyone, this is Carol, and I'm here with you today to share with you week 1 of Fiber Fridays with Poetspice and the ladies. And I believe there's 18 in this Fiber Fridays event. I did do an intro video explaining what Fiber Fridays were, and so I'm just going to get right into my project. But I did want to give out, say thanks to, on my other video you guys know that I did have a lot of different types of fibers, but I hardly ever use them. And so this again will encourage me to get them out and to work with them, to come up with some different things, again helping me to get out of my box, which I stated beginning of 2016 that I wanted to do. So in the previous video I asked for some suggestions, and what I got was a lot of suggestions, and what they turned out to be were confirmations for me, because they were ideas that I had in my head that I could do, but I just didn't attempt to do them because I hadn't done them. But I think if I stop putting so much thought and thinking so much and just do it, the things will get done. So needless to say, the first project didn't get done until, I probably didn't start working on it until about 9 or 10 last night, I think. And so this is what I come up with. I'm going to briefly show you what I use. So this is a piece, this is a Tyvek envelope, so I use a piece of it, of the Tyvek. I used, this is the premium 110 cardstock from Joann's, so I used some of that. I'm sorry for the glare, you guys. I could have taken it out. I used some of this fabric here that I had in my stash, so I used a piece of that. I used some of this white trim here. I used some of these papers, and I actually dyed these and baked them out of, I mixed up some watercolor, some, what do you call that? Dye, liquid dye? Food coloring, food coloring, to get the color that I needed. And then I used this fabric here, and I cut out some of the two of these little flowers here, and this is what I come up with. Well, let me show you. This is my mix, and so I have some left, a little bit left for I'm going to create another one of these. I used this crochet yarn, and this was the first time I ever tried this glue, and I absolutely love it, so I used that. And so this is what I came up with this journal here, and it's just a a lot went into it, but it's just a plain simple journal, because I wanted to do something for my my daughter, and she journals, or I think she should journal, and just day-to-day things. She's a single mom with my three of my grandkids. So I wanted to create her something. Her favorite color, as well as mine, is purple, and so I created this journal for her. And so what you see here are the fabric that I showed you, and this was the white trim that I showed you here, and I used my spray that I created to change the color, as well as this was the fabric that I used, and I sprayed it again using this here, and that's what gave me the color of this purple here. And so this is my journal, and I created a closure out of Velcro. And so she's got plenty of room. My daughter is not a scrapbooker. She doesn't use pockets, tucks, or anything. So this is just filled with papers that the piece of cardstock that I used was basil in the inside. So this is the outside of it. I covered up where I sewed the signature in, and this is the back of it. And when you open it up, I used some cardstock here, and this is the basil cardstock. But if you see that this paper here is, I love purple, and it seems to be that purple is so hard to find and so hard to match. And so what I did is I went onto the computer in images, and I looked for purple paper. And I did a search for vintage purple paper, and I came up with these papers here that I have included in this journal, and I printed them out. And I'm like amazed when they came out of the printer that they came out so well. I don't have an expensive printer, but these came out so good using the Georgia Pacific, I think it's called Premium Bright, 24-pound paper. And that's what I printed it out on. And so I found some sheets that were like, they had the lines on it as well. But my daughter does like to write. So wanted to create something for her. These are the papers that I dyed also. Then I added some sheets of the plain white paper as well. And so it's basically just pieces of paper. But I'm going to flip through it so you can see the different patterns of paper. And I only chose 5 different patterns of paper plus the lines. But just look at it, isn't it? I'm like amazed. Because some months ago when I knew I was going to start journaling, I did get a couple of digital kits. And I none were purple. I went more vintage, and so I didn't bother with those. Isn't that pretty? This one there. So what I have is just one signature. And I counted 36 sheets, which gives her 72 pages to write on. And it's just for everyday journaling, whatever on her heart. Here comes the signature in the middle. So I am going to probably put these together, so she might get one pocket out of it. But, yes, so I'm back to repeating the pages. But this is my journal. And this is the first creation in the Fiber Friday, week 1. So thank you guys for your encouragement. Thank you for your support. Please go down in the description bar down below and check out the other ladies that are also in this doing the Fiber Friday, along with Poetspice and myself. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please comment, subscribe, and like this video. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in. Take care of yourselves and blessings. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.